and welcome to Sportswire. It's been a while that we've talked, and I'm here today to talk about all things Chelsea. And Chelsea are moving good on the transfer market, and that's what we're going to be talking today. Um, if you are on the comment section, please feel free to like and comment the video. Today, we're going to talk about the Chelsea number 10 situation. The number 10 situation is obviously Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer, his earlier um, number, the last season was number 20, and now it is number 10. So in that way, it's really good. He's our new number 10. Liam Delap is being provided with number 9 as his in new number. Number 9 usually often refers to the striker position, and that is what he's provided with, number 9. When I look at these numbers, I mean, these are numbers that we would see on Chelsea shirts in the upcoming season. So I want to make sure that that is being communicated to us Chelsea fans, and talk about the other things that are happening in and around Chelsea. Chelsea right now can have a good potential in the market. Reason being, we are compliant from a PSR perspective. I'm going to be creating a PSR video as well. So that is a work in progress. That is something that I wanted to let you guys know as well. But then on the PSR front as well, we are doing pretty good. And we have the most leverage to buy players in this transfer market. And that's a really good sign for a well-run club. Chelsea has been doing good business, if I'm being honest about how the way the business side of things have been progressed until now. So those are good things for Chelsea. And having said that, and that we've signed already Liam Delap, we do have the option to go for Mike Maignan, who's our goalkeeper target. He is valued at 25 million euros from AC Milan, but then Chelsea apparently are valuing him at 8 million euros, and that's a huge gap actually. But then AC Milan do have that tendency to overvalue their players and undermine or undervalue the players that they go for. So maybe the same tactics is being applied for them this time. But the way that I look at this particular deal is it has all the potential to get completed. This player is 29 years old, about to be 30 years. Really a good signing if signs for Chelsea. In comparison to his chat from the previous goalkeeper that we have, or the current goalkeeper that we have right now, Robert Sanchez. Robert Sanchez has 5 errors leading to goals this season alone, in comparison to Mike Maignan, who has 4 errors leading to goal in the last 4 seasons. So that's the stark difference that we can see between both these goalkeepers. What it tells us is that this is definitely a good goalkeeper, but then he is not in accordance to the Chelsea's way of running the business, way of recruitment, because recently Chelsea has moved to a recruitment model wherein there is a lot of 17 to 23 years old players, and Chelsea did have one of the youngest squad in the Premier League. We did obviously finish in the top 4 of the Premier League season of 2024-25, but then we still are a young squad, and that's the recruitment model as well that Chelsea have put in place. Not just with Chelsea, the Blue ownership had done the same thing with Strasbourg as well. So what it tells us is that this particular player is not in accordance to the recruitment model of Chelsea. But it is not to say that he's not a good player. He's obviously a good player. We are not probably going to get that resale value for this player. But do we have to really focus on the resale value of every single player? There can be, there can be players with no resale values. There are players with no resale values, but then are still very important to the way that the club is run, for the way that the games are played. So it's obviously going to be a mix and match. We can't have a squad wherein everyone has a resale value. Obviously, it would look like, it would be good, but then we, if that is the case, then we can't go for players from the age of 27 to 30 at all. So those are things that Chelsea have to, I'm pretty sure Chelsea is mindful of. But then that's the Mike Maignan situation. It's quite here and there. I think until Monday is what Chelsea is going to be looking at. Mike Magnan's deal, and apparently from the from what I see um, on the transfer news, it seems that after Monday, Chelsea would move on to other options. And we also hear that Chelsea squad and the ownership are pretty comfortable with the number of goalkeepers that we currently have as well. So, having said all of that, um, Mike Magnan's situation with Chelsea is going to be an interesting deal. On the um, On the other side, obviously, we do have the Manchester United news. Matis Cunha have signed for Manchester United, and Mbembo, or Mbombo. I'm sorry, I might be butchering his name. I'm sorry about that. I shouldn't be doing that, but okay, I'm not going to try and pronounce that name for now. But he has a 45 million, deal. It is probably going to be a 45 million deal with Miyako, but then um, Brentford are expecting, northward to that deal. Maybe it's going to be difficult to, get this over the line. But then one thing that was interesting on the Manchester United deal factor was that he has asked for 250,000 a week, 250,000 euro a week, and that's the number that we are looking at right now. And the reason why it is surprising for me is that obviously this is the club that was pleading poverty, but at the same time, there are deals that are going in at this price, and Manchester United are quite open to do those deals. So it's kind of contradictory when we look at it. So I'm not sure what the real status of the club right now is, but then Manchester United tend to have a higher wage generally. So yeah, that's there. Josh is in the house. Vijay, my guy, glad to see you doing well. Thank you so much, Josh. It was a busy one year for me. Recently, um, tried the knot as well. So um, honestly, there's been a lot of things that is going on from a personal standpoint, so couldn't come here and contribute on the Chelsea front. But then I hope everything is good as well with you, Josh. It's lovely to meet you again on Sportswire. I was just talking about the transfer news that we have here at Chelsea, and the impact of it. And no bigger news at this point in time, just the Mike Maignan news, and maybe the number 10 and number 20 Cole Palmer moving to number 10, obviously. So not a lot to talk about from just if you talk about the last 2 days. There's not been a lot. Liam Delap signed, and that was revealed from Chelsea. So Chelsea, of course, is getting ready for the Club World Cup. We'll try and do a preview of the matches, but then the way that the Club World Cup is going to be structured. Obviously, Chelsea would have a lot of match practice when they come to Premier League, so that's a good thing that I see. Instead of going for all these friendlies and stuff, we are actually playing huge games. But what it can also have as an impact is that we still need to have a bigger squad. Otherwise, we might get tired. Our players might get tired way earlier in the season than the other players. So it's just going to be City and Chelsea participating in this competition, and the competition is also valued. In terms of the price money of this competition, you can't just ignore this competition. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing that we are valuing this competition, and Chelsea are serious about this competition. That's also the reason why Chelsea are moving quickly on the market. It's just been 2-3 days, and we are also we're already getting one deal signed. So Chelsea are moving in this market with good reasoning, and Club World Cup is one of those reasons. And it's also good to get those deals quickly done over with, because then you don't have to fight for fight with other clubs on later in the transfer market. One interesting point is that Victor Gyökeres has come out and said that he'd love to be playing in the Premier League. if there was an option to do so. The closest to get that deal done is probably at this point in time Manchester United. Ruben Amorim does have some contacts with Victor Gyökeres, former Sporting Lisbon player. So that is, I mean, former Sporting Lisbon coach. So that is obviously going to be a great influence. But then we seem to be going for all City, former City players or former City Academy products. So that's been our business style, lately. Thanks to I forgot his name. All right, Joshua. Yeah, Joshua. Yeah, thanks to Joshua from the City Academy or the City management. He obviously is part of the former City management. Anyways, that's Chelsea news for now. I'll soon talk to you guys with another video, but then for now we don't have a lot to talk about except for the Palmer number. Also, maybe the Liam Delap number 9 situation, and obviously there are a lot of names that's put out like Kittens, Rodrigo not so much anymore, but then Kittens is a name that is thrown around. Ekitike, seems that we've made first contact with Frankfurt, and I think the first bid was rejected, and that was expected. I think Frankfurt did mention that they are valuing the player at around 100 million. I personally am against that sort of evaluation, or I'd rather not prefer that sort of evaluation. Let me put it that way, because 100 million for a player who's never played in Premier League is still a huge deal. I mean, it's huge, risk that you would be taking as a club on your front. And Chelsea at this point in time, I think a range of around 60 to 65 is probably where Chelsea is right now looking at Hugo Ekitike as a player. As a striker as well, he's quite versatile. It's pretty good. Esteban Willian as well coming in would obviously increase the squad depth. But then Hugo Ekitike is still a good deal for Chelsea if you're able to get that over the line. It's surprising that we are not going for Victor Gyökeres. I think he is being valued at somewhere around 55, 60 million. But I'm assuming there are strong reasons for not for that not happening. But imagine having Gyökeres and Delap in the same team as your strike force. That would be quite amazing, and that would be a lovely dream. But what I'd say before we close off the stream is that firstly, let me start by apologizing for not being able to be so consistent with my videos. So that's one thing. And the second thing is obviously apologies for mispronouncing your name, and going forward, let's try and get more content pushed through Sportswire. So that's what I wanted to let you guys know, and see you guys soon with another video. Until that, this is VJ signing off. See you soon. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let's get some sports news underway.